My name is Irshad. I am originally from Sri Lanka. Came to Canada in 2007. I'm currently working at United Way Toronto as a resource development manager, supporting workplace campaigns in the IMF, that means investment and mutual funds sector. When my first child was born, we had to take a critical decision whether to stay in Sri Lanka or to move to a different country. At the time, I was back from Holland, where I studied for my master's degree, which I could not complete. So I had these two objectives. One is to complete my studies as well as to give a good future for my children, for my child. Because now the market is changing. They have to have global skills to compete in the growing field. So I thought this is a nice avenue for us to immigrate to Canada, because we were looking at several options and then came up with Canada. When I came to Canada, it was a struggle. For the very first time in my life, I saw myself without job for 2 months. It was really hard with a family and one kid. And also I found out that my wife was pregnant with the second child. So at that time, suddenly out of the blue, I saw one brochure which led me to the doors of an agency supported by United Way. It's called Access. And where I went, and they had an excellent program to integrate newcomers into the job market in Canada. One of the staff was really interested in my resume. He said that, why don't you come to United Way and do some volunteering work? I said, okay. Then I went there as a volunteer for 2 weeks. And after that, he said that, I'm really impressed with your work. You understand what's going on. So why don't you apply for a contract position as a sponsored employee? It was after 4 months after my landing in Canada. So I started as a sponsored employee, and then I got a part-time job and then a full-time position. On a typical day, we go to the office and we'll be assigned 2 sponsored employees or the loan representatives from other organizations who will be working with us. And we'll have strategic meetings to think about how a campaign is going to run, how we are going to support, what are the resources they need, and then to connect with other departments in giving them their support. So every day in the morning, when I wake up, when I go to United Way, I do 2 things. One is I feel loyal to my employer. Second, I feel I'm making a difference in the life of somebody whom I did not see, whom I did not hear. So by being there for 8 hours, by doing what I do every day, I make a difference. So this, for me, Friday evening gives the same pleasure I receive on a Friday evening because of the weekend. I feel the same on a Monday morning too, to be very honest. To describe in one word my experience in Canada, in the not-profit sector, I would say confidence. The reason is that the first job to be able to work in Canada, to find a job at United Way, creates such a confidence in your life that you can go anywhere and find a job, you can work. Because it's pleasant work experience, you experience everything in the highest standard. I remember at one point, one of my colleagues said that you have very high expectations. When you go out, you might feel disappointed because you cannot find the same values and the high level of employee satisfaction in all the other non-profit organizations as well. So you have to tone down a little bit, but the confidence I have about working at United Way in the non-profit sector, where I get to see everything, all the changes happening in the community.